A lot of people historically don't know exactly where they're from. Asian countries, European countries, it's happened everywhere. It's not just Africans. It's not just African Americans either. And that clip that we got into earlier with the Malcolm X clip, the freedom has to be taken clip, is exactly why I don't care to beg for reparations. You got to supplant that, take the power, and take it back. Power is taken, not given. You're not going to get your reparations.
And the 1% of controversial statements that you're hearing in the news are statements made about the current inhabitants of Israel and how they are not the original Israelis from the Bible. That's what all those controversial statements are about, right?
Now, the reason why those are controversial, because the beliefs clash. If you hold one belief, it clashes with the other belief. It's like Israel and Palestine. A lot of people don't know this, but most of the world, or half of the world, the Western world, acknowledges Israel and doesn't even acknowledge Palestine as a location on the map. The other half, the eastern half, sees Palestine on the map. They don't even recognize Israel. There's issues in every country and which countries they recognize on the globe. Certain countries are not even recognized as their own sovereign nation on the globe. And when it comes to the perpetual war in Israel and Palestine, it's for the Holy Land. So when you say these people don't actually belong to their holy land, it comes across as that's where the anti-Semitism comes from. Because they're like, okay, you're disparaging our group of Jews and trying to replace them with another theoretical or historical line of Jews. I don't get involved in any of that because I'm not religious and I don't care. But people have the right to express their own religion. But when there's a unique situation like this, you see the clash. Let's get back into it.
That this group is the original Israelis and this group is not. So that is the controversial statement. Now, I would make the argument that Kyrie, along with everybody else you see on YouTube, where people are on Ancestry.com looking for their ancestry. You see people all the time. Oh, look, I'm half Italian. I'm half Ghanaian. I'm half this. People are excited about their ancestry. Kyrie was looking up his ancestry, and he was sharing the link because of the 99% part. Hey, this thing is saying, I'm a Hebrew. I'm excited. Let me share it with people. I don't know Kyrie's mind. I don't know what he thinks, but I know it's possible to love a movie even if there's some parts in the movie that you don't agree with. I mean, I love Game of Thrones, but I think season 8 was shit. I would still recommend it. Like, you can recommend a movie and not love every part of that movie. You might love most of it. And really what I believe, my opinion, Kyrie loved most about that documentary is that it was telling him about his ancestry, what he believed to be his ancestry, whether he was right or wrong.
And he provided context to that by saying that he looked up his name and his name meant X, Y, and Z, and he was into that. So that's where his fascination
with the movie came from. But I'll end it with this. Kyrie is losing everything right now, but there's two people that are absolutely winning. And that would be the owner of Amazon and the director of the documentary, Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America.
What the fuck is this? This is a flat earth globe. This is people shitting on Kyrie's beliefs. This is on Twitter. Now, this is ridiculous. Y'all notice how they'll never, ever block people from talking about flat earth. The most flat earth videos can go up. They don't take it down for misinformation. Why? Because they don't give a fuck. This shit is comical. Yikes. To start, TG said they are trying to bully him. At this point, they are trying to emasculate him. It's because he already thinks he's smarter and better than the media, so they're trying to humble him. There's that. Yep. Yo Fam says, Let me guess. Dave Chappelle got to go through those 6 steps as well. Laughing face. The ADL's on his ass right now, but the Jewish community doesn't seem to care. It's just really the ADL, but I guess they're representing the Jewish community for all these battles, I guess. But let's get into more comments. Can't read your name, sir, but I'm gonna read the comments. I want to see the film for myself. Yep. From what I hear, the film's terrible. It's three hours of hot garbage, but I want to investigate it to see all the terrible things that are said in it. Yo Fam also says every race or ethnicity know where they come from, whether from grandparents or ancestors, except Black Americans. And guess what, sir? Also incorrect. The history of the world is just pirates and Marines, and they're the same motherfucking people. They come and they pillage and they take over lands. Christopher Columbus was a pirate, not an explorer. He came and supplanted their power structure, and which led to America. Like, listen, nigga. Hold on. When I'm disproving your point right here, the best example I can give is the most recent example of the USSR. The USSR. People from Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, which countries? Lithuania, Estonia, Belarus, Ukraine, Armenia, Azerbaijan. A lot of those folks were a part of those countries weren't their own sovereign nations during the USSR. A lot of those people have their families mixed up with Russian folks. When Vlad talks about Vlad being Ukraine, but by way of Russia and not knowing if he's Russian or Ukraine, a lot of people have been mixed up over the years because countries take and they dominate and they make other sovereign nations a part of their own, or they get released into their own sovereign nation. So a lot of people historically don't know exactly where they're from. Asian countries, European countries, it's happened everywhere. It's not just Africans. It's not just African Americans either. And that clip that we got into earlier with the Malcolm X clip, the freedom has to be taken clip, is exactly why I don't care to beg for reparations. You got to supplant that, take the power and take it back. Power is taken, not given. You're not going to get your reparations. When the Armenians were slaughtered in recent history by the Turks, the Armenian genocide, there was no reparations for them. There's been all sorts of injustice all over the world. They just want to feed black people this inferiority complex of you're slaves, you're the means, you're the bottom. But it's happened historically forever. Let's get back into it. Basically, learning your history is not allowed if it conflicts with the lies that we're being told. Yep, indoctrination cycle. If you're not part of it and you conflict, they ain't trying to hear it. And you're saying, so you were saying only black people technically know where they come from? No. I'm saying that people get lost in the sauce. Not everybody knows where they come from like they think they do. Historically, people have been conquered, dominated, colonized. Things have changed. Titles of countries have been changed. You only really know your race. The ethnicity sometimes and nationality gets muddy over the years. People's families got lost, but it is what it is. We wrapping this up, man. I spoke too much. We out. Yeah. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button.